For some daring adventurers, the thrill lies in navigating treacherous, spine-chilling roads that twist through dangerous terrain. From staggering heights to death-defying curves, these routes challenge even the most seasoned drivers. In today's video, we will discover the top 12 most dangerous roads in the world. Carved by hand through sheer cliffs in Hunan Province, Gouang Tunnel Road is a chilling symbol of human grit and daring. This narrow mountain passage isn't just a road, it's a claustrophobic journey through darkness and danger that tests even the bravest travelers. What makes this route infamous is the astonishing feat of engineering that transformed a deadly cliffside into a twisting, confined tunnel. Inside, faint lights flicker off jagged rock walls, casting long shadows that deepen the sense of unease. The tunnel's tight walls press close, creating an oppressive claustrophobia. Beyond your headlights lies suffocating darkness, while overhead, the immense weight of the mountain seems to threaten collapse at every moment. Sharp, uneven rocks jut from the ceiling, a constant reminder of nature's unpredictable power. Blind corners and tight hairpin bends force you to navigate with extreme caution, never knowing what lies just out of sight. The eerie silence inside the tunnel amplifies the tension, making every moment feel like the calm before an unseen danger. Adding to the peril, the road's rough surface and total lack of guardrails mean one slip could send you plummeting into the abyss. But for those who dare to press on, the tunnel opens onto breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape, proof that sometimes the most terrifying paths lead to the most extraordinary rewards. The question remains, is the thrill worth the risk? Stretching 810 miles between China and Pakistan, the Karakorum Highway is often called the eighth wonder of the world, and it's easy to see why. The route offers breathtaking views, but also serves as a stark reminder that nature's beauty can be deadly. At its highest point, the highway climbs over 15,000 feet above sea level, where the air is thin enough to quite literally take your breath away. Not to mention the constant threat of landslides, falling rocks, floods, avalanches, and deadly drop-offs, and it's a harrowing journey despite its popularity. Following much of the ancient Silk Road, the modern highway was built in 1959 at a steep cost. Around 1,000 workers died, many in dynamite-triggered landslides. Tragedies continue to strike. In one incident, 17 passengers were killed when a bus plunged into a gorge after taking a sharp turn too fast. Just a month earlier, a tourist died when a landslide struck their van. Winding through the stunning Carpathian Mountains, the Transfugarican connects the historic regions of Transylvania and Wallachia, and it's as legendary for its beauty as it is for its sheer terror. At over 2,000 meters high, the road climbs and drops sharply, throwing drivers into a relentless battle with steep inclines and razor-sharp switchbacks. One wrong move on these dizzying heights could send you plummeting into the abyss below. Narrow lanes and hairpin turns demand total focus. In places, guardrails vanish, leaving nothing but air between your vehicle and the steep ravines far beneath. Every curve is a pulse-pounding challenge. The weather here doesn't help. Sudden fog, rain, or even snow can strike without warning, reducing visibility to almost zero and turning the road slick and deadly. Drivers must be ready for anything and move with extreme caution. Add to this the highway's remote, isolated setting, and you've got a route that's as eerie as it is exhilarating. Thinking of driving it? Maybe think twice that this is not a route for weekend drive. Located in Taiwan, the Tookco Gorge Road stretches just under 12 miles. While it's a rough ride, it offers some of the most breathtaking scenery in the world. carved directly into and through the mountains. This road has become a popular destination for daring tourists. So don't be surprised to see tour buses, cars, scooters, cyclists, even pedestrians, all jockeying for space on the same narrow, stone-cut path. It's a bit terrifying when you consider the tight bends and blind corners, yet people navigate it daily. Beyond the sharp turns, the road faces constant threats from rockfalls, floods, landslides, and even earthquakes. Making it across in one piece is no small feat. Heavy rain and frequent typhoons only add to the challenge, often leaving parts of the road damaged or impassable. Deep in the rugged Himalayas of western Nepal lies the deadly Carnali Highway, a 155-mile stretch that claims around 50 lives every year. Even outside of monsoon season, this road is notorious for its bone-jarring roughness and thick dust that clouds visibility, making every drive a nerve-wracking gamble. The dust doesn't just blur your vision, it hides looming dangers like sudden landslides, falling rocks, massive potholes, flooded patches, and sheer drops down steep cliffs. This is not a route for casual travelers, so hazardous is the Carnali Highway that police have banned night driving altogether, following countless fatal crashes. With 85% of the road deemed unsafe, it's a perilous journey best avoided whenever possible. Kicking off our list of extreme roads is the Atlantic Ocean Road in Norway. What makes this perilous route so fascinating is that, despite being one of the most dangerous roads in the world, it's also considered one of the most scenic drives anywhere. So, if you're planning to do some sightseeing along the Atlantic, you'd better buckle up. This Norwegian stretch features the Storseisundet Bridge, often called the Bridge to Nowhere, with an approach that looks like a ramp launching straight into the sky. And once you reach the top, you'd better not look down. After conquering your fear of heights, the road leads drivers teetering along the edge of the sea. That's where the real thrill begins. Because while the waves of the Norwegian Sea are stunning, they can be deadly. During storms, waves crash violently over the road, threatening to drag you back into the depths as they recede. We've all heard of a stairway to heaven, but the 99 Bend Road to Heaven in China takes the concept to the extreme. Located in TMN Mountain National Park, this terrifying road twists and winds through the mountains with 99 hairpin turns, each one carved hundreds of feet above the ground. It took 8 years to build and was completed in 2006, blending culture, history, and sheer human engineering. To reach it, you first travel up Tongshan Avenue, also known as the Avenue Toward Heaven. But those 99 bends aren't just for thrills, they symbolize the 9 palaces of heaven. By the time you reach the top, you'll feel as if you've truly ascended to a divine realm, and the final reward. Heaven's Gate, a massive natural rock arch once believed to be a link between the gods and the mortal world. Just how dangerous is TMN Mountain Road? Let me paint you a picture. Also called the Heaven Linking Avenue, this road climbs 1,100 meters over a mere 11 kilometers, boasting steep inclines and a dizzying series of hairpin turns. With gradients hitting up to 10%, it demands expert driving and nerves of steel to master its tight curves, the real terror. The constant threat of losing control and plunging into the abyss below. Steep cliffs and sheer drop-offs flank much of the road, and in many places, there are no guardrails, leaving drivers exposed to the void. Adding to the danger is TMN Mountain's famously unpredictable weather. In moments, bright sunshine can turn to thick fog or rain, slashing visibility and turning the slick road into a nightmare. The road's unique landmarks only intensify the fear. The TMN Cave, a narrow natural rock arch, serves as the mountain's gateway, forcing vehicles to squeeze through with barely inches to spare. And if that's not enough, the glass skywalk on the transparent pathway dangles hundreds of meters above the ground, daring even the bravest souls to face their fear of heights. For those who dare to venture here, TMN Mountain Road is an adrenaline rush and a heart-pounding test of courage. The Kotasi Canyon Road starts off the Pan American Highway near the city of Arequipa. Much of this canyon-carved route is completely unpaved, with loose rocks and pebbles frequently blocking the path, not to mention the risk of falling debris from the cliffs above. And during the rainy season, things only get worse. This road is so intense that it takes 10 to 12 hours to travel from end to end. Only the most determined travelers attempt the journey, and only four-wheel drive vehicles stand a chance of making it through. It's considered dangerous even for many tourists and thrill seekers. Kotasi Canyon is the third deepest canyon in the world, twice as deep as the Grand Canyon. That's a long way down. The road itself is packed with brutal hairpin turns and terrifying drop-offs. And don't plan on rolling down your window to cool off the road climbs to an altitude of 15,000 feet, where the air is thin and breathing is nearly as tough as surviving the drive. Crossing Zoji La Pass means facing the longest 5.5 miles of sheer terror you'll ever endure. Perched at a breathtaking 11,500 feet, this narrow, unpaved cliffside road winds through the towering Himalayas without a single guardrail to keep you safe from a deadly plunge. Landslides are a constant threat here, and with no traffic signs to warn travelers, the unpredictable terrain can quickly turn deadly. The road snakes its way between jagged peaks, linking Srinagar and Leh in the western Himalayan range. Closed during winter months, Zoji La Pass succumbs to massive 50-foot snow drifts and fierce winds, cutting off Ladakh from the rest of the world. Originally built in 1947 for military use, this vital artery remains a lifeline and a perilous challenge. Driving this route, it's impossible to ignore the grim reminders, overturned buses, and wrecked cars left behind by those who didn't make it. Less than 6 miles long, but every inch a test of courage. Don't let the name fool you. The Fairy Meadows Road is anything but charming. Located in Pakistan, this dangerous mountain track stretches just under 10 miles, but the journey can feel like a lifetime. The road is mostly unstable gravel, climbing to a dizzying altitude of around 8,000 feet, with narrow turns where one wrong move or too much speed could end it all. Sure, the views are stunning, but get distracted by the scenery and you might miss the fact there are no guardrails, nothing to stop a vehicle from plunging off the edge. Not for the faint of heart. Fairy Meadows Road branches off the Karakorum Highway and leads to the remote village of Tookco. It's so tight, only a jeep-sized vehicle can pass, and eventually, the path becomes so narrow that the rest must be finished on foot. If you're driving in Bolivia and spot signs for North Yungas Road, do yourself a favor, turn back immediately. Nicknamed the Road of Death, this notorious route stretches just under 50 miles. It sits at a staggering 15,200 feet elevation, where the thin air can literally take your breath away and strain your car's engine. Starting from La Pass, this single-lane highway clings to cliffs that plunge nearly 3,000 feet straight down into the dense Amazon rainforest. For thrill seekers, it's a heart-stopping challenge featuring over 200 razor-sharp hairpin bends. Add in frequent thick fog, frequent landslides, rock falls, and a near-total absence of guardrails, and the danger is overwhelming. Until the mid-1990s, around 300 travelers lost their lives here every year. Makeshift memorials line the roadside, marking where vehicles have tumbled into the ravines below. Though parts of the road have since been bypassed by safer two-lane highways, daredevil cyclists still flock here, some meeting tragic ends. Sometimes, the best choice is simply to respect the power of nature and steer clear.